So good morning everyone and welcome in today's class. So in the last 3 to 4 days, we basically discuss on the domain separation, knowledge management, change, problem, export, import through XML, which we see yesterday, properties, including system property and the module specific property. And then we discuss on the change approval process, that how you can define the change approval process. Just a revision on that part. For the change approval process, you need to be define or you need to be create the change approval definition, and then you need to be use that definition into the change approval policy, and after that you need to be call that approval policy to the workflow. So in short, specifically in this area in change management, we are not defining the approval in the workflow level like we are defining the approval in the request, right? Okay, so now we have another topic called the business rule and the client script. Okay, so little understanding on that part is that this we are going to be discussed only from the functional perspective. Okay, that how this will be taken care, means what is the purpose of business rule and what is the purpose of the client script. Next point is that from the interview perspective, this is actually an important topic. Okay, generally it is asked in the interview, what do you mean by the business rule? Okay, how you define the business rule. Nobody will ask you that when do write a business rule for me, but they theoretically ask the question to you. Okay, so in this case you should know that what is business rule and what is the difference between business rule and the this thing business rule, or one more thing is there. Let me check. I'll give you one more thing. There's a generally this question has been asked. Business rule need to be see what there's a what difference business rule or versus client script kind of things. So, something is there. Let me check and will update you. Okay, so they people ask this question in the interview. A very common question. Very common question. If you say that you are a developer, then definitely this question will be asked to you. That what do you mean by the business rule? Okay. Now, before I proceed further, let me tell you that what is the business rule is, or what is the purpose of the business rule. Business rule says that I am having kind of a code in my bucket which I will execute. Okay, which I will execute in the 4 different ways when you say. Okay, the thumb rule for the business rule is that business rule is a server side scripting. It is not a client side scripting. If you want any operation need to be done on the server side, you need to be write the business rule. Okay, now if I say what is okay, now let me ask this question to you guys, because definitely in your previous graduations or the post graduations you read this about what do you mean by the client side or what do you mean by the server side. Tejal, तेजल क्या मतलब इन दोनों का? What do you mean by the client side and the server side?
So we can say client side means as end user we can make changes.
Just example.
So in UI policy is client side and data policy is server side.
Okay, और कोई example? Santosh, any other example of the server side?
Basically, client side is always a browser level, and the server side is always in the database level.
No, definition is fine. Definition I already given to you guys, but I want some example to understand this thing. If you say it's a server side, what example you will give it to me to understand that okay, this is a server side part, or this is a what I
Okay.
can say
So
client side part.
just to quote an example, if I have some field A and B,
Mm-hmm.
uh, if I add that A and B field with some values 2, 4, okay, I'll
Mm-hmm.
just add and I'll submit. In the backend, it will go and calculate. It will create one extra column. It will
Okay.
create 4 and 2 equal to 6.
Okay. So that is a server side, I can say, right?
Yes.
Okay, right. So another example I just give you from my perspective is that um, suppose I want to calculate the date or the age of a person. I said, okay, you just write your date of birth. I will populate the age at the form. So that is the client side. So you write 1986. So I'll say you are, or I say you mentioned 1990 is your date of birth of year. So I say you are 31-year old now. So this is a client side scripting because I'm doing the operation on the form level. Okay. But if I say, okay, you enter OK button, it go into the database. And then you are getting some error. Sorry, you are not allowed because your age is less than 40 years. The vaccination can be done only for the above 40 years. So these things are basically database part. Okay. Means I am just entering my date of birth. That date of birth go into the database, calculate and then give me error. Okay. So now we'll see that how I can define the business rule in my system. Ji. Okay. Now let me go here. In the meantime, let me show you something. Business rule is a server-side script that runs on the record display four operations. On the four ways you can do display, insert, update, delete on the table level. On these four ways you can use the business rule. Okay. Now I show you here. Okay, business rule. Under system policy, system definition, go to the business rules. You can go here and you can see more than 5,000 business rules given by ServiceNow to us. Let's see how many business rules we have on the incident table. 37. See, clear on hold reason. When you click on hold, you get something, right? But when you click off hold, that particular option is gone. Copy incident state to state. Copy state to incident state. Incident auto closer. After 5 days, it should be get closed, which is incident reopen is a business rule. Mark close, mark resolve. Okay. So if I open one, let me open this thing, auto close. So this is the basically I can say my business rule that is I'm created on the incident table. Business rule is a server-side script that runs on the period on the record display, insert, delete, or when a table is required. Use business rule automatically changes the value in the form field when specific conditions are met. Means you need to use these business rules when you want to populate, when you want to change some values automatically on the form level. See, for this particular stuff, the field should be available on the form. ऐसा नहीं है that you are creating a business rule and the field is not on the form, it is in the list view. It will not work in that case. Okay. It has three options: when to run, what action it will take, and advance. Okay. So specify whether the business will run on insert or update. Either you are inserting a record, either you are updating a record. Okay. Use filter condition to specify under which condition the business rule should run. That is important. Okay. It's a run after. Okay. Order 100. No condition they mention. Let me go and search for the action. Let's see anything in the advance. Maybe they write some script. They write some script here. So if they're using advanced, so they did not mention anything here. And their action are under when to run. Right? So what they're saying, auto closer. Let me get some easy one here so that we guys can understand quickly. Let's pick up this one. Clear on hold result. Let it will load completely. Something is good to be see here. See what is this? It's saying clear on hold reason. When to run, before what condition, that state changes. जैसे state change होगी and state is not on hold. As soon as I click on in progress, I'm changing my states. Okay, and my states are not on hold. What action I need to be take? On hold reason 2 is none. Means it should not be available to anyone. So what they say, specify field value that set the field choices to a value determined by options available on the field, same as where it's gone, the same as 2. Okay, these options 2 and same as a value taken from the another field. Okay, suppose I want to copy one value from one field to the other field, and 2 dynamic, a value relative to the user configuration business rule. Means if I want to put something in the dynamic level, I don't have the option here, the dynamic ka. Or in the last one they have the advance. Nothing in the advance. Okay. Now let me show you something more important here. These things. When to run, before, after. Okay, before, after, async or display. Very important point to understand here. Before says that before this thing actual happen, I should get this particular thing to be done. Before insert, see these when is work with these 4 conditions. When, before any record inserted, before I record means before update means as soon as I change the state of an incident, the on hold reason should be disappear before update. If I say after, it means I need to be and I click after update tick box yes. Then when I click on the update button, only then this business will be running. So before it should run before insert, before update, and it should not run on the delete or the query. Async basically says that when you want to run this process but in the background. Okay, it is little tough to understand, and as per the working means it has some specific meaning. Then we use this asynchronous basically. I guess we hear this term in our C or C++, synchronous and asynchronous. So asynchronous means it will run in the background completely. It can be round robin, it can be some other methods of the running, but it will run in the background. And query means when you want to get some query. Okay, show me the results which says that person age is more than 50 but less than 60 years. Person gender should be male. He should live in the city called Pune. So I'm putting a query in that case. So I can use that particular option here. Okay, so in short, in business volume, main thing what you need to be understand is that when to use, before, after, asynchronous or display. Display means I want to just show the value, nothing else. Just display me. Okay, if I say after, then I have these values. After insert you want to show, after update you want to show, after delete you want to show, after query you want to show. So let's take example. I run some code, okay, or I created one incident. I got a message on the top. You are not authorized to use this option. That is a update one. After update means when I click on the update, then I should get a message, right? Even though that can be before as well. If I click on that button, I should get this option. Okay, so basically business rules is useful to set the values, number one. Second, if you want to display any message, you can click the add message as well. Okay, I'm not sure that it will work or not. Okay, let's open this. See, we don't have an on hold design, right? Let me click on hold. On hold design, I'm getting this. Okay, now let me change the state. It will not work surely because it has some this thing specific format to be done. I'm just putting a message like this. It is not the case that I can put a message in this manner. Let's try to do something R&D here. No message displayed. Let me put on hold. On hold. And how you can see that what or how many scripts or how many business will run on this particular form? You can just scroll down. Okay. And see, there is this button is there, right? This one. If you click here and you click on this browser, you will see that how many CSS, how many form section, UI policy, client scripts on this is run on this particular page. And click on the number, you get the details as well. UI policies, client scripts on change, all these things are there. Okay. So by this manner you can identify. This is the one of the way that you can do the things. On hold. Nothing will appear, I'm sure, because we are running it before. Okay, so is this point clear to you guys that how the business will work?
Yes, sir.
Who are on the call?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Narayan, Anjan.
Yes, Achal.
Okay, fine. So this is what I know from the business rule perspective, and which I told to you that how you can use that part. The only thing which is be required here for you, see, for a functional consultant, only terms are fine. But if you're working as a developer, then you should know these things very carefully. Okay, and when to run. I'm not getting any message here. Maybe something wrong I put it. Maybe. Okay. Now the next part that is going to be discussed is called the client script. Client script, as we already discussed, that something which execute on my form level, on my browser side, right? It has no relationship on the database part. Okay. So like in the business rule, we have these 4 options and we have this when to run. The same way something we have in our client script as well. Okay. Now if I say, where's my incident? Okay. If I say as soon as I change the value, this thing, I got some pop-up message. If you see here, let me show you. If you click here, client script on load. When I'm loading this page, how much I'm getting it or what things are executing. Suppose take example, I purchase a new phone. When I switch on my phone first time, it's loading for me multiple things. Maybe for my use, maybe not for my use. Okay. In the same manner, we have a client script in the system. If I go here, click on the client scripts here. And let me search for the incident. See, incident, sample warning, priority 1, impact, make mandatory. Active, this is active, false. Let me click active, true are there. Highlight VIP caller. Okay, let me show you this thing. Suppose I'm putting Fred Ludi. Mr. Ludi. Wait, let me open any user record and we'll pick up one record from the this thing. I want to just show you that how this thing work actually. एक और भी तो बनाया था हमने, कौन था वो? Why am I not saying these names, yaar? Someone deleted or what? Okay, no worries. Let me open the user record here. Just to show you this particular option, highlight VIP caller. What this mean basically? My system is so slow, yaar. So admin. I need one VIP user just to show you. Okay. Okay, VIP is. Okay. My end user also is a VIP one. Come on, yeah, nothing is appearing. I guess in the next training now, I need to reset my instance. A lot of kachra I done. Okay, now let's see. End user. Okay. See, when I click on the end user, I got this particular option. Right? This is coming from the client script because it is not coming from the database. I did not submit my record. It is not gone to the database. Okay. Now, if I change it, Santosh is not my VIP. So this mark has been removed from here. Okay. So now we discuss this thing, highlight VIP caller. Okay. Easy to understand. Just only thing is that when to use this part. Name of your client script. Okay. New client scripts run in a static modes with the direct DOM access disabled. I'm not sure that what is this specific access to jQuery prototype window objects are not disabled. ठीक है, छोड़ यार, हमारे सिंपल सा है कि हमें इस पे काम करना है. ठीक है. Table, on which table you want to put it? I want to create on the incident table. UI type, it should be available on the desktop, mobile, or all. It should be all as well. You can mention. Okay, type, very much important. Like in the business tool, we have this thing, right? This and this. In client script, we have this fundamental type. It means when to run this particular script. I say should run on change, on cell edit, on load, or on submit. Like if I take example, okay, this is my on change. When I load this page, if I reload this page, I'll show you. Few values are coming automatically. Impact, urgency. These are coming on the on load. When I load my form, my value should be set like this as the default. Okay, that is the example of the on load here. On cell change this thing. If I change the value of this on cell change, I'm just changing the cell. See, this has been changed. Right? These are the things happen. So if I mention here like hello, and if I change the value of this, okay, now this is important for a developer perspective when you want to use this particular client script. So if in the interview it has been asked to you guys that how many type or where we can write the client script, please answer these 4 points. If we ask for the business rule perspective, please answer these 4 things: when to run and on which operation to. Okay, that is important here. Now on which field you want to put the script in. See, business rule only run on the complete table. It has no field value, but it has a field value as well. Like I want to run this particular stuff only on the field called caller. And then I say my code is there. Okay, let me open a new one in the meantime. Because it is a complete scripting, so you will not get any option like this. Conditions का option नहीं रहेगा यहाँ पर कुछ भी, because it's a scripting. Okay. अरे यार क्या है? See, so if you see the blank page here, see, only scripting is there. No condition. Everything you need to be write it in the script only. In which table you want to put, what is the UI type, what is the type you want to put. It's on cell, edit, change, submit, or on load. I say I want to put on the change. It's taking time, right? Okay. Change underscore request. I want to put on this part. What type you want? I want on change. Then you need to define the see. I click on the on change function value has been appearing here. If I click here on cell edit, on cell edit, it's change. It has a function which has the 5 parameters to be defined here. On load, I have that function. Okay. So according to me, this is the thing which we need to be understand from the business rule perspective and the client script side. Okay. Any doubt, any question on this point?
No.
नहीं.
सर
जी.
सर ये जो इंसिडेंट नंबर है तो आपके इंस्टेंस पे बीटी से स्टार्ट हो रहा है और
हाँ जी.
हमारे इंस्टेंस पे इंसिडेंट नंबर INC से स्टार्ट होता है.
ऐसा क्यों? क्योंकि if you remember when we are working on the incident table, we change the auto number format as well. याद है? So if you see here, tables. Okay, and let me go to the here. Incident number, sorry, incident table here. See, यहाँ से चेंज होता है ये. Okay.
Yes.
इसलिए. Okay. Any doubt, any question on these two topics? संतोष कुमार जी अपनी वीडियो बंद कर दीजिए, आप दिख रहे हैं हमें. Okay guys, any doubt, any question on this point? Anjan, Narayan, sorry, Anjan, Uma, Santosh,
No.
Tejal, Shilpi,
No sir.
Pakana. So now you need to be read this topic. See, practical exposure you can do if you need, if you understand, or you can write the code. Very clearly, I don't write the code. I have no knowledge on the coding part as well. So I cannot tell that how these things work. Okay. But okay, one more thing, let me add it here on the 16th. Glide record. So if these two things has been done, can we proceed further?
Yes, sir.
यार बाकी लोग भी बोलो यार.
Yes sir.
Okay. Let me pick up a new topic called the database view. Okay. The topic database view. What happened? Okay. The term database view says specifically is required to be understand when we want a report from the two different tables. Two different tables doesn't mean that there's nothing common in between of them. I cannot create a report of apple and banana because nothing is common in both. Apple contains seeds, banana does not contain seeds. But I can create a report between apple and the orange because the seeds are common in the both. Right? Understand this logic? अरे हाँ या ना?
ना समझ में
No.
नहीं आया तो
Okay, okay. So database view says that when you want to create a report from the two tables, okay, that is the purpose of the database view in the ServiceNow. But to create a report between the two tables or with the help of the two tables, there should be something common in the two tables,
like
right?
a primary key.
Like exactly like a primary key. So that is the reason I'm giving example. You cannot do the similarity or you cannot create a report between apple and the banana because neither the shape are matching, neither one of them don't has a seed in it. So you cannot make something common. But if you want to create a report of apple and orange, you can still do because both are in the same shape and both contains the seeds, right? Orange and Mosambi, you can do this thing. Orange and Kinu, you can make a report. Orange and lemon, you can make a report because something is common between two. So there should be some linking between the both. Only then you can define or you can create a report on the same part. Okay. Second important point is that ServiceNow is not recommended or recommending that you should use the what I can say database view on the heavily part because database view says that I want a report from the two tables. If you fetch a report of incident and the change, you can imagine that how much heavy report it will be because incident contains a lot of fields, change also contain a lot of fields. By anyway I build up the mapping of them or I bring some common field on them, but it will be very heavy report for me, right? So ServiceNow say if you want you create the database view, but try to avoid put a lot of conditions on that part. That is the second point. Okay. Third point is that database view is like your join query in SQL. Left join, right join, inside join, outside join, जो रहते हैं मेरे, right? So in that manner, my database view actually work. Okay. Any question on this definitions part or clarity is there so that we can proceed further? Any question?
No.
No, sir.
Pakka no, sir. Okay. Now I'll give you the example. Then it is easy for you guys to be understand more. Database view. Okay. Why? Okay. What do you mean by view in SQL? SQL तो पढ़ी है ना हम सबने. What do you mean by the view in SQL? Tell me. अरे कुछ तो बोलो यार.
It's a view of after the operation, any operation.
Okay.
Maybe after running a query, whatever output that we want to.
Achieve or no, we want no. I'll answer the we want to achieve after the query. What results we are getting is kind of a
Yeah,
view for me, right?
yeah, yeah.
So the same thing is there that I am putting some query in my service now, okay, and I'm getting some results, and that is what I'm calling as a database view. It is not a actual queries, or it is not a I'm not running actually on the I'm not running the things actually on the tables. I'm just creating a view to see my results, that how it will be look like to me. Okay, so when I click on this database view, see, total 141 as of now. Service now give me out of the box. Let me take a very simple example here. Change request SLA, or let's take incident one. Incident is easy. Incident SLA. Now, if you notice one thing, I have my incident is this, right? I have a SLA running here, right? Yes or no? Are yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? Now I want to report that few fields should be come from this particular table, okay, and few fields should be come from this particular table, and both are the different table. This form is basically on the incident table, and this SLA is coming from the if I show you, wait, I'll show you that. See, this SLA is coming from the task underscore SLA. यहाँ देखना एक बार. See, now these two are the different tables. Okay, and I want a report which contains the data from this particular table as well, and this particular table as well, incident table as well. This thing cannot be done through the standard reporting completely. Okay, even not done completely from the database view as well, but up to some extent we can create that or utilize that. How? I'll go here and let me open this incident SLA. This is one of the rare topic which asked in the interview. Okay, but you should know, because sometimes your customer may ask that I want a report from the multiple tables. Is it possible? Yes, it is possible, but it is not recommended by ServiceNow. Then don't sell to the customer as well. So what it say? What is the name of your database view? I said it is the incident underscore SLA. Okay, I'll come to this label and tool a little later. Okay, description. Join the incident to SLA. It means I'm talking about this. Join the incident to SLA. This thing. Which table? Task underscore SLA. This is coming from the task underscore SLA, right? This is coming from the task underscore SLA in the bottom. See at this place. Okay, but I'm repeating again. Okay. Then to report the things on like incident resolved by SLA per incident category. He want a report that how many incidents or how many SLA has been created for a category called XYZ. And for that, I need the incident number and I need the SLA detail as well. If I create a table on this, I can get incident number and the category. If I create a report on this, I will just get a incident number and SLA, but category is missing between the both. So to do that part, I am writing a database view. Okay. What is saying? It's saying table. How many tables you want to add it here? One, I'm adding a task SLA. One, I'm adding an incident. Let me show you. Task SLA means I'm adding this table. this table now. Okay, no worries. I click, I say, okay, task SL is this. This is a variable prefix. What is the purpose of the variable prefix? Means that if I am getting any field from task underscore SLA, how I should know that it is coming from incident or it is coming from the task SLA. Suppose in this two table in this task SLA and incident, number is common, right? Number is common, yes or no?
Yes.
Right? But if I run this report, I'm getting number from this place as well, and I'm getting number from this place as well. Then how you will be identifying that from which table it is coming? Suppose there's a birthday of your son or daughter. Okay, there's a one person with the same name. Sorry, two person with the same name, Akshay. Okay, you invited the both. One Akshay came, both both Akshay came at the same time. How you will identify that which Akshay belong to flight number A, which Akshay belong to flight number B? Either their mom came with them, or either, okay, let's take one more thing. They bring some gift for you. Okay, both has almost similar packing. They hand over the gift to your daughter or your son. Now, how you will identify at the end of the event that which gift given by which Akshay? By their flat number or by their surname, right?
Yeah.
Right. When we have a similar, when we have a 2 or 3% in a class, we recognize those person with the roll number instead of the name. Roll number 106 Akshay, or roll number 108 Akshay. We call the roll number first, then we take their name. But for the other people, Atul, Santosh, because I know there's no Atul or Santosh repetition in the class. So this is required for that purpose, variable prefix, that when I'm getting my variables, how should I know that this particular, if any field is common, then how I should know that this field is coming from which table? Okay, very close, skipping as of now. Okay, if you want to put a specific field, you can put on the field as well, that okay, under SLA I want only this field should be appear. Okay, let me go back now. Now I come to the incident table. Same thing I'm done. Incident prefix INC. One thing has been changed called the where clause. Select star from table name, put the variable name where roll number is equal to 1016. Without your where clause, your query will not work properly in SQL, right? Yes or no? Are yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Right? So the same thing I'm putting here. Now the question comes, Atul, what is this particular stuff? What it's saying is that, see, what is the purpose of putting this variable? So that I can do the comparison. I'm again repeating my query. Select star from table A, comma table B. Select star from table A, comma table B, where A dot name is equal to B dot name. We do this thing right in the SQL when I'm bringing something from the two tables.
Yes.
Right. So the same thing I'm doing here. I'm putting table alias and I'm putting the what is the field on the table level. Let me open this. Okay. and let me open this. What I'm saying here, that in the task SLA table, and I have a task in that, उसका जो sys ID है should be matched with my incident sys ID. Means if I'm getting an incident, where is my incident number? Is there? Task. Okay, it's already there. See this one. Okay, what I'm saying here, listen carefully, guys, that the task table, and this is my alias name, right? Table name dot or underscore my field name. I am saying go to this particular table, see the task one, this thing. Okay, what is the sys ID for this? What is the sys ID for this?
For this ID, we need to get into a table.
Exactly right. So what I'm saying, the sys ID of this particular should be matched with the sys ID of my incident table. So in my incident table, I have a sys ID this, right? Let me copy this and let me go here, show XML. See, you can see copy the sys ID from here as well. Let me show XML. See, this way, right? So if my sys ID, okay, select star from table A comma table B, A dot name, this is A dot name is equal to B dot name. Name is Atul and Atul, but here I cannot do the mapping of the names. I have an identifier that is called the sys ID, that on the task SLA table, if my sys ID is equal to sys ID of this, it means I need the results of those records only. Okay, let me go back. And now, yeah, shit. Let me open it.
सर थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है सर, पूछूं?
बोलिए बोलिए. You can ask the question. Let me open that in the meantime database view.
Yeah. Actually, अगर आप इंसिडेंट का टेबल स्ट्रक्चर देखते हो तो इंसिडेंट का एक टेबल है और इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए का भी एक टेबल है,
राइट?
तो अगर मेरे को एसएलए देखना है इंसिडेंट का, तो डेटाबेस व्यू के जगह पे मैं डायरेक्ट इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए में जाके मैं भी देख सकता हूँ, राइट?
इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए नहीं होगा, टास्क अंडरस्कोर एसएलए में आपको मिल जाएगा, नॉट द इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए.
अब ये दोनों में कंफ्यूजन है, टास्क अंडरस्कोर एसएलए और इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए, ये दोनों में क्या फर्क है?
Okay, Santosh, what you say here?
Yeah, there is nothing called incident.sla. There is always task underscore SLA. So the purpose of this database view, in the report we can only select one table. तो मानो अभी हमको एक रिपोर्ट करना है with the combination of SLA and incident. So out of the box we don't have any options to create a report. After utilizing this database view, we can be able to create a report combination of SLA and incident.
He is talking about this thing, incident underscore SLA.
नहीं, I am talking about tables. Sorry. There are for incident there are multiple tables are there. If you see the table structure,
I'm coming with. You continue, Anjan.
या सो वो जो टेबल स्ट्रक्चर है, टेबल स्ट्रक्चर में इंसिडेंट का अगर आप टेबल स्ट्रक्चर देखते हो,
हाँ.
ठीक है, अब इट इज बीन एग्रीड दैट टास्क से इनहेरिटेंस होके चेंज और इंसिडेंट का
Right.
टेबल स्ट्रक्चर बनता है, तो इंसिडेंट की टेबल में भी इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए है।
ऐसा कुछ रहता है क्या? तो आई
नहीं.
नेवर हर्ड।
आईएनसी करो सर, आईएनसी।
See, nothing is there.
इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर टास्क, ओके।
It's task, not SLA.
सर बट इसका टेबल ओपन हो रहा है।
किसका?
हाँ सर, इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए का टेबल ओपन हो रहा है।
Then why I'm not able to see it here?
योर सर्च इज एक्सटेंड्स टेबल है
सर वो कोई दिक्कत नहीं।
क्योंकि मुझे याद है कि मेरा मतलब मेरे नॉट मेरे इंस्टेंस, मेरे कंपनी के इंस्टेंस में मैंने इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए का टेबल देखा था मैंने, और वहां से मैंने एसएलए के मैट्रिक्स पिकअप किए थे।
नहीं, I am not able to see anything here. Either give me the complete name. तेजल आप कहाँ देख रहे हैं?
सर ऊपर लिंक में डेव 8617 में, वहां से।
बट कौन सा है?
इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए।
रुको मैं यहाँ पे आ गया, ऐसा ना एक बार देखते हैं। ये है यार। Showing
See, this is this is Atul, the one which you created a database view, उससे आ रहा है ये।
So ये तो व्यू हुआ ना फिर मेरा?
हाँ व्यू है।
व्यू का टेबल हुआ, राइट?
करेक्ट।
Okay, so let me open this. Now I got the point. Right, Santosh. See, it is like my table name now.
Right.
Okay. That reason you are able to see this thing. If I let me put as a try it. Okay. See, यहाँ पर ये रहा. Because if I'm creating a database view, it means I'm creating something, a table for the same. समझे? What I can say? Anjan and Tejal. This, see, I'm not creating a table directly. I'm creating a view which creating a table for me in the background and giving me the results there.
Yes,
Okay.
otherwise there is nothing called incident underscore SLA out of the box.
So if I change my view name to Mr. Atul, it will show atul.sla or atul.do. Because if we talk about the SQL perspective, what is view? View is nothing, it's just a new table I'm creating to see my data, right? Are yes, no,
Yes.
Anjan and Tejal, right?
थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन है। एनीवे आई विल सॉर्ट इट आउट। ठीक है, एग्रीड।
No, what is confusion here, Anjan?
कंफ्यूजन इन द सेंस आई एक्चुअली मुझे थोड़ा सा हो सकता है कि आई मे बी रॉन्ग, बट इंसिडेंट स्ट्रक्चर में एंड आई एम 100% श्योर, क्योंकि मैं उस टेबल से डेटा लेता था और इंसिडेंट के टेबल से डेटा लेके फिर मैं डैशबोर्ड बनाता था।
हाँ, so I can take a data from here. It is my table. I can download it, and then I can get it from the incident as well. Then I'll put a what I can say macro or the VLOOKUP, और उसके बाद results मिल जाएगा मुझे आराम से।
हाँ, exactly. तो मतलब क्योंकि
maybe for you it is a table. Okay, like incident underscore SLA. You say that Atul, I take the data from this. I'm still agree with you. It is a table. but this table is actually is a view name for me. This table does not exist in the service now actual. It is just a view. Go and get the results for me.
एग्रीड एग्रीड। इसका मतलब ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि उन्होंने एक्स्ट्रा एक इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर टेबल बनाया था, बनाया होगा।
नहीं बनाया ना।
नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक मिनट। ये जो डेटाबेस व्यू है, ये डेटाबेस व्यू न्यूयॉर्क, सॉरी न्यूयॉर्क बोल, ऑरलैंडो में नहीं था शायद।
था ना, शुरू से है ये, सिंस बिगिनिंग आई नो।
ओके,
you
ठीक है
again,
ठीक
you
है, थोड़ा सा एक्सप्लोर करता हूँ सर।
just getting confused because you think that it is an actual table. Okay,
नहीं नहीं नहीं, एक मिनट।
this is not an actual table. If it is an actual table, then it should available in the table DB objects as well. Under this you get this table.
एग्रीड। अभी क्या हो रहा था, जब मैं मेरा रिपोर्टिंग मैं निकालता था, तो मैं टेबल सेलेक्ट करता था। जैसे आप इंसिडेंट का टेबल सेलेक्ट करते हो, वैसा मैं इंसिडेंट अंडरस्कोर एसएलए का भी टेबल सेलेक्ट करता था। तो यहाँ थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन हो गया मेरे को। तो वो
that is customized one, and they give it to the table like this. They are bringing from the view and putting the value from the view to the actual table.
हो सकता है।
That can be possible.
वो मेरे को थोड़ा सा क्लियर करना पड़ेगा मेरे कंपनी के इंस्टेंस। सॉरी,
no worries, चलेगा।
maybe Atul custom table होगा with the name of incident SLA. Yeah.
See, if you giving access to the view to everyone, people will start running at the every time. Maybe I have a job that every night my view will run automatically, and then it will populate the custom table with the results. Because one thing is there, you cannot create a report on the database view. You cannot create. If you want to run the database view, you have to come and do it here from the try it. Otherwise, you cannot get the report. To avoid this, they created one custom table, and bringing the data from the from database view to the custom table, so that people who are in operations, they should only know the table name and they can do the stuff at their end. Okay, so this thing can be possible.
ये अतुल, ये ऑटो शेड्यूल नहीं होता है क्या डेटाबेस व्यू?
आई गेस होता है ये, जहां तक मुझे लगता है, नॉट 100% श्योर,
क्योंकि अदरवाइज देयर इज नो मीनिंग इन क्रिएटिंग डेटाबेस व्यू if it is not
to be checked. Okay, homework for everyone then. Check that can I schedule database view in the scheduled jobs. Just check this part.
You can use it in a dashboard, because when you prepare a dashboard, then you can pull all those views, because dashboard उसी views से बनता है, वही concept.
नहीं, dashboards जो बनते हैं, that is from the actual reports, not from the view.
Okay.
See, again, stick on the basic meaning of view. अगर मैं हिंदी में बात करूं, व्यू का मतलब क्या है? मुझे एक चीज देखने का तरीका क्या है, which is actually not exist. Right?
So Atul, we cannot create a report using this database view.
Exactly, we cannot. If you are able to create a report, then your system will be down 100%.
Okay, it is just to see, nothing else.
Right. See, from the beginning till now, I'm repeating things that ServiceNow never recommend the database view. We are intelligent guy. We created a report on the incident and the SLA. If there's some person who has no mind, he create a report of the incident change and problem in a one table. See how much impact I have on my system. I have 50,000 records creating daily in my system, and I put a query where the incident record CSID matches with my change CSID का जो incident related list है और जो problem है वहाँ पे match करे. So how much I need to put efforts on that part to bring that things. That is in ServiceNow never recommend for the database view. They say if you want, create and utilize as required.
Okay, मेरे को एक हेल्प चाहिए अगेन इसमें थोड़ा सा, क्योंकि मैं आपको 2 रॉ रिपोर्ट्स देता हूँ, इंसिडेंट और एसएलए का। ये मतलब कोई ऐसा टाइम का बाउंडेशन नहीं है, इस पे हम लोग को थोड़ा सा ना बैठना पड़ेगा, बिकॉज कहीं तो मेरा कंफ्यूजन है, वो थोड़ा सा हमको क्लियर करना पड़ेगा.
You can just send me, let's take a offline discussion on that part.
Yes.
Okay. So that is the thing. But the only thing which is important to understand here is that avoid selling the database view to the customers. We have option, that is fine. You can use, that is fine. But avoid using this a number of times. Abhi to just we have a condition where the CSID should be matched. Tomorrow you will say, no, Atul, where CSID has been matched and the caller name should also match. And I have 2 lakhs record in my system. And now understand how much time it will take to filter out the results and give it the things to you. Okay, and if that is the reason you will not able to find out. I tried it. You go to the report and dashboard reports and try to put the table. You will not find this as a table because this is not actual table. And I doubt that we can schedule as well. So coming to your question, Santosh, that yes, it's not that much useful. And that is the reason ServiceNow say if you want a report on the multiple tables, go for the reporting tool, not for the ServiceNow. Because
analytics.
Not analytics, like you can go for the this thing, what I can say, Splunk. You can go for the Splunk. You can bring all the data from ServiceNow to Splunk, then do your operations, multiple tables. I done that part from my customers. They have a query. We are doing the migration. They said for the initial 3 months, I need a one report which contains the data of my ServiceNow and the remedy in a one place, which is not possible in ServiceNow.
Yeah, either Splunk or Power BI, Tableau, anything we can utilize in this case.
These things are because these are specifically reporting tools for you. They can store a lot of data. They design such a manner so that they should not impact to the system.
Yes,
Okay.
Got it. Yeah.
But as of now, what we are saying is that a database is available, which is only and only for the my simple reporting purpose, where I can add multiple 2 or 3 tables I can edit. Schedule jobs, you can see here. No idea, guys. Sorry, in this, but to write, I have no idea. Okay, so maybe you guys can check on that part. Even this link is there, with showing something like this only. Get to the condition like this. Below link is useful. Chalo, band the link here. This thing, database view in journal has the number of tables including the view and the number of records. The table limitation. Okay, database view cannot be created on the tables that participate in the table rotations. Okay, it is not possible to edit the data. One more thing which is important here, that in the database view you cannot edit the data. You will just get the results, that's all. You cannot do manipulation. It means, it doesn't mean that you can go ahead, put some more condition in the database view and make things like this. No, you cannot do that part. That is one of the biggest drawback here. And table rotation is something different, so I'll not go in the deep dive of these things now. Okay. Reserve records and complex queries. Basically, these complex queries are there. Okay, I'm looking for 1 or 3 things. For example, in the view, you can report incident metrics, maybe fields on this number. This. Let's come to this part. Show multiple same results. All tickets. Database view is this. Okay, this. Okay, but typical sign. But the thing is that, see, if you see this thing, you see this screenshot, even this person is getting the results only from the database view, not from the report. And the only thing which is required here, that how you define your where clause. That is important point. Which field mapping you are doing, that is important. See, in this he is doing incident, request and task, all combined in a one place. And let's see the last point. Okay, let me put these things for you to little reading point. Okay. Okay, any other question on this part? Any doubt, any question? Santosh, Tejal, Shilpi, Anjan?
No.
No, sir.
So with this, we are done with the database view as well. Okay, you can try at your end. Okay, the matching condition should be properly understandable. That okay, what I'm doing a matching here and there. Okay. So let me put that. Okay, let me stop the recording then.